Good morning, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Welcome to Pathways to Success, where we turn the spotlight on the heroes of the Philippine economy, our micro, small, and medium enterprises. We follow their inspiring journey and give great insight on what it takes to scale up their business. Finding the right talent has never been more challenging, especially with the rapid pace of technological change and shifting job roles. Businesses are under pressure not only to keep up, but to innovate in how they attract and hire the best people. That's where the intersection of AI and technopreneurship can really make a difference, offering new ways to streamline recruitment and drive growth. Today, we're lucky to have someone who's been at the forefront of both innovation and business development. With us is Dr. Francisco Dean Pax Lapid, an expert in innovation, entrepreneurship, and AI-driven business solutions. Dean, welcome to Pathways to Success.
Good morning, great morning, Mai. It's a pleasure to be here, Pathways to Success, and I am very, very happy that you've invited me so we can not only inspire but even empower our audience and the young entrepreneurs to go into technopreneurship.
Yes, the pleasure is ours. Now, speaking of technopreneurship with artificial intelligence, explain this to us. What exactly is it?
So it's simple. Technopreneurship is the combination, or probably it's the buzzword of technology and entrepreneurship together. So meaning technology, whether it's an invention, innovation, and then entrepreneurship is really the business or the commerce behind technology. The big problem, Mai, with a lot of young innovators, it's all about just technology without looking at the business on how it will generate enough what you call ARR, annual recurring revenue, to drive the business with technology. And that's technopreneurship.
Yes. Okay, so we're familiar with AI,
Yes.
but we have to know more about technopreneurship.
Yep.
So what defines a technopreneur?
So, technopreneur, so in the basic parlance of business, it's your idea anchored on a product or service that adds value to a market that you choose to serve, where sales is big and where's their profit and sustainable.
Yes. Now, I can see with your explanation, I can see now why this mindset is vital for businesses today. But expound more on this, Dean.
So with the buzzword of AI, or artificial intelligence, which started as early as probably during the pandemic, a lot of people think that technology, and in that parlance AI, is all just chatbots, the chat GPT. That is only what you call AI that is descriptive, meaning he just elaborates or describes what you prompt. But the reality, Mai, of AI in practice or AI in business is that it now uses other AI streams of robotic process automation, algorithm, predictive patterns that all combine to work well for your current organization and your current business to be efficient and be effective.
So there's a lot more to it. Now, I can see how that is more complex.
Yes.
And that is exactly why you're here today to
Thank you.
explain this to us.
Thank you.
So, but I'm curious about your journey though. Like,
Yeah.
how did you shift? How did you make that shift from your corporate life to leaving corporate life into entrepreneurship?
I worked for a multinational oil company for 21 years. In fact, that's my one and only company. In 21 years, I moved 10 jobs. And my last job was all about IT. I was assigned in the UK, in London, in the head office. We were ahead of the trend. At that time, I was an SAP consultant for sales and distribution. Coming home, I was just barely a couple of months in Manila, they moved me as the one to implement the core module of SAP for the region. For 21 years, I was exposed to IT for 7 years. And from my corporate shell, I moved to my own shell, doing the things I love to do at my own time and space without the issue of money. In 10 jobs in my corporate shell, in my own shell, I had 10 businesses. But after 10 businesses, the business of business, I wasn't happy.
Well, especially you're talking about 10 businesses instead of you controlling your time. It would eat a lot of your time.
Thank you. You got it right. The awakening, the time was so thin for each and every one. So I consolidated, and during my master's in AIM, I realized that you need to have eyes for the business. Eyes meaning interest to intention, intention to initiation, and initiation to integration. You have to integrate. And that's my journey as an entrepreneur. And
you have to put all the eyes there in our graphics.
Yes,
Their definition, right?
So it's so easy. So eyes for business, all the eyes. So everybody wants the interest, everybody wants the intention, but you now separate everybody, whether you can do it, it's already the initiation. Then a lot get stuck as a small enterprise because they don't integrate, which you don't grow, you don't scale. It's a different thing if you now go for an IDE. So what I'm describing is as SME, small, medium enterprise. The trajectory of an SME is linear, upwards. The more CapEx or capital expenditure you do, adding one store to another, adding more people,
that corresponds with growth.
That goes right. But an IDE, which is an innovation-driven entrepreneur, you burn easily 5 million, 10 million to build the platform and the technology, not knowing yet whether you really have a market traction or not. That's why it's not for everybody's cup of tea to come into entrepreneurship in technology. You're not sure. You may have a market traction in the past. For as long as you have free subscribers, people abroad get attracted to your platform, to your business. But everybody changed during the COVID. During the COVID, a lot of people in Silicon Valley lost their pants. Today, I came from Toronto just this summer, and the new metrics for a business in technology is all about ARR. It's called annual recurring revenue.
Okay. That's a lot to digest.
Yes.
But like you said, it's not everyone's cup of tea. Yeah, and it takes more risk.
Yes.
So now let's talk about recruitment, because this is one of the biggest hurdles for companies, especially for MSMEs. Why is this? There is such a challenge of finding the right talent.
Yeah. So again, after the pandemic, and then this is a recent survey of people managing people. In the research, it's the HR leaders' concern of what's happening in 2024 and 2025. The reality is that in that survey, there are at least almost 50%, 47% is all about talent retention. Talent retention. The other probably fourth, which is 24%, is all about talent shortage. Why? Everybody realized that during COVID or right after COVID, the terminologies of great resignation, the terminology of quiet quitting, you're just doing the basic, the terminology which everybody now loves, the hybrid or the remote work, and also the cross-border staffing.
New terminologies we're all learning about.
New terminologies, but also new challenges. If you don't get adapted to these challenges, business will not scale.
Yes, but how does AI help now? How does it help given these challenges?
So AI now helps on the challenges by AI is now able to search the World Wide Web whether it's social media, your insight, the job portals. So it doesn't now become just one place you look where you find talent. It's already a galaxy. So galaxy means you're looking at Google, you're looking at GitHub, you're integrating your own database, you're looking at the popular platforms in the Philippines. They moved that to Singapore now is SICK, or the common ones for professionals are the LinkedIn. But for the technology, we go Stack Overflow, we go DuckDuckGo, we go Bing. All of that now, if you're the single person or the team doing that, you'll be swamped with a lot of places to look and see, to source, and then to screen.
So that is how AI helps in recruiting talent, but not just hiring, right? But also in keeping talent.
Yep.
Okay, we have to take a very short break. Up next, we will discuss the challenges of tech talent recruitment and explore how AI-driven solutions are making a difference. Don't go away.
Good morning, I'm Ferdy Salvador.
I'm Mikey Oreta, and welcome to Industry Beacon, where we shine a light on the trailblazers, the disruptors, and the industry leaders shaping our future. And in each episode, we'll explore how they're staying ahead in their respective fields, one industry at a time.
The industry changes quite rapidly.
We know where to go. We've got our comfort zone.
Those are early manifestations for the of what
I'm happy you told me that because now I know I'm not getting Alzheimer's.
Industry Beacon on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Welcome back. We're still with Dr. Francisco Dean Pax Lapid, diving into the challenges of recruiting tech talent using AI. Now, Dean Pax, we're talking about AI and the challenges that go with it, applying it to your business. What makes tech talent recruitment so complex? And it usually takes longer and more challenging than other types of hiring, right?
So Mai, thank you. You got the other part of the challenge very, very correct. And it's tech talent or technical talent sourcing, only two. It's hard to find and takes a long time. That's the basic, right? But let me tell you the story of my nephew. He works for a big BPO. So he's been there for, I guess, almost 10 years now. So he's quite senior. And he takes the brunt every Monday, a big pile of 100 resumes coming from a job ad.
And that's every day.
That's almost every day. Yeah? Imagine, the BPO has maybe 2,000, 3,000 employees, and the retention or probably the fallout rate is maybe 10%. 3,000, so there's 300 positions always to fill. So you need 100 almost every day just to screen. So at the end of the half day, by lunch, he's so tired that of the 100, only maybe 2 or 3 are probably okay, but not good enough when you start diving into the technicalities. That's one side, job ad. The other side is all about their agency providers. These are the people that are along the malls, in front of the doors of the competitor company, trying to woo BPO.
They're the ones with the brochures.
Yes, you saw. And that's similar to the lady in the supermarket that gives you the brochure of the card company.
But it's still surprising how they still do that kind of very traditional hiring.
They still do that because they're looking only on a limited universe.
So what needs to be done now to zero in on the right talent?
So the traditional is you get more recruiters. You think that getting more recruiters brings in a bigger talent pool. But again, it's the same. If the recruiters are not trained, which takes 2 years training in technical recruitment, the same stuff will still be the same. So it's not a question of the numbers, it's a question of the efficiency as well as the effectiveness.
Okay, so what are the most common mistakes that companies make
Okay.
when it comes to matching the skills with the job description?
Okay, so I love that, matching the skills. For you to be able to match the skills of a one job role, so the recruitment funnel, imagine an inverted pyramid. For one job role that you hire, it takes 250. From the 250, Dr. Mike Abelson, that's the rule. So every stream of the funnel is cut by 1/3. 250 down to 80, 80 down to 25, 25 down to 8, 8 down to 3. So,
And you pick just one.
and you just pick one. So, imagine.
Yeah, it's a long process to get just one.
You got that very, very true. The 250, to be able to resource the 250, will take you about a month. Why? One of the platforms, which is very, very popular, you're limited to look at profiles 400, free platform, 400 only in a month.
Such an arduous process, a long process. But now, we have AI tools
Yes.
that help simplify all this
Yes.
and speed it up.
Yep.
Tell us about the tools.
So, if the traditional sourcing and matching takes about 3 weeks, AI can do it in 3 days.
In 3 days?
In 3 days.
Okay.
And-
But we have so many kinds, like we're seeing now, the descriptive AI, predictive, and prescriptive
Yes.
AI.
Yep. So applying now the descriptive, the predictive, and then the prescriptive. So descriptive AI now, which what we did, so AI online sourcing, that page, that's the ISPH that we launched recently. And we're not only able to get maybe the 250, but we're already able to match it against what you feed as a resume. It's called keyword parsing. It's able to select what are the keywords of the resume, what are the keywords of the successful previous candidate. So that's all.
That's what these tools look for,
Yes,
the keywords.
that is now aggregated. You now have a long list to a short list. And a short list, and here's the bonus on the platform we developed. AI now predicts even job availability, whether you can be deployed within the next 15 or 30 days. It's so hard, Mai, to interview somebody that in the end, when all the interviews gone and passed, you're okay, we're ready for job offer. Then you'll say, but I'm not.
Yeah, he's not available
He's
yet.
not available.
Okay.
Diba? Why now?
He still has a contract to
Correct,
finish. Okay, by the
correct,
end of the month.
So
Okay.
those are the practicalities of the recruitment world. So with AI, so he's able to describe what the resume and what the previous candidate successful ones are. You now do the predictive. You're now predicting that this is the good and right candidate, not necessarily a perfect, a good and right candidate. And then, of course, it's also able to predict work availability. I know whether you're looking for a job right now or you're ending your contract in 15 days or 30 days, then he's now in the available list. So long list, short list, match list, available list.
There's another concern, matching or balancing AI with the human touch.
Yes, yeah.
How do you strike this balance?
In the US and in Canada, even interviews now are done by AI. Filipinos don't like that. So I always put the analogy of a chef, and the chef is the HR practitioner. The kitchen is the high-end, high-precision tools. The chef has in mind the concoctions, the formulas of the grandparents and all the things he learned maybe in American school, culinary. Then the kitchen has all the tools. So they work complementary and produce a culinary masterpiece, or what we call in HR, a thriving workplace. So you can never separate AI as autonomous in recruitment. There will always be the human touch. Always.
Now, Dean, how should businesses now measure their recruitment success?
Oh, so that I had that always as a KPI, or the metrics for success in any work or process flow. So imagine a triangle. So the top is scope, both sides, bottom is time and cost. Scope will always be recruit or find the right talent and recruit them. The second is the field to hire, which is the time. And the third is the cost of hire. And the cost of hire should not be limited only to the recruitment team, but also to the hiring manager, who wastes his time for a candidate that's not probably 50%
So
at par.
these are the metrics that
Yeah.
they should focus on. Okay, we have to take another quick break. Up next, we will discuss the future of the recruitment landscape. Stay tuned.
Magandang araw, Pilipinas!
Sa bawat issue may iba't ibang anggulo.
Sa bawat storya, may iba't ibang kwento.
Himayin natin ang bawat sulok at bawat kanto mula sa iba't ibang perspektibo na madaling maintindihan ng karaniwang mamamayan.
Every Saturday na mga magdadag to 11:30 a.m.
Kaya huwag kayong papahuli mga kababayan. Manatiling may pakialam sa mga issue sa ating bansa kung kaya samahan niyo kami. Dito lang sa
Cuatro Cantos!
Welcome back to Pathways to Success. We are still with Dr. Francisco Dean Pax Lapid, our business mentor in innovation, entrepreneurship, and AI-driven business solutions. Now, Dean, what are the significant changes that you're seeing in the recruitment landscape, given that we will see more advancements, AI advancements, in the next 5 to 10 years?
That's very true. In fact, I've already told a lot of my colleagues in the business circle that if you want to grow the business, there are only two things that you need to do. Find the right talent to grow the organization, and then find clients.
Amazing how fast the process is now.
Yeah. So which means people, especially our AI, our HR practitioners, should never be afraid or intimidated. AI, right?
Yeah.
But
Well, as long as companies adopt AI in recruitment.
So-
but I'm thinking maybe many businesses
Many,
are hesitant
yeah.
to do this.
Yeah.
So what advice can you give them for them to take the first step?
The first step, take out the fear. Yeah, a lot, new technology, you don't know what's happening. Some are not even IT savvy anymore. Everybody needs to be IT savvy. Everybody's on Facebook and so. But to be IT savvy for business, not everybody's adapted. So, first, take out the fear, what you call false expectations appearing real. Make it focus, make it excited, and make it ready. So, focus, excited, and ready. So, with that, you now go to the mindset that any technology, like our cell phones, like our microwaves, all these things, the traditional technology products that are small appliances, so it's good for society. AI now, imagine, you can use AI for diagnostics for medicine, for healthcare. You can do it for education. You can also do it for the environment. So, the mindset, take out the fear, that is good for society, that AI can give you global competitiveness. So I call that the 4G. So growth engine, good for society, global competitiveness, and then of course, green innovation.
Green innovation.
Yeah.
And so many applications
Yeah.
for this. But, as an entrepreneur, as a mentor for so many years, what advice can you give companies, businesses who want to thrive in today's tech-driven era?
So I talked about the 4 I's of interest, intention, initiation.
And then the 4 G's.
And then the 4 G's. Now, the 3C. The first is complementary. It augments or enhances current workflows or processes. 2, collaboration. It on the routine tasks. Why do the hard work when AI can do that, and now you do just the strategic. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, of course, the third is the creativity booster. With AI, you can play around with your ideas. So, and then it will give you some scenarios. Now you're able to evaluate. Oh, I like that.
And maybe you can free up space in your brain to strategize now. Look at the big picture.
I like the brain. So typically, I did my PhD in organization, and then typically we all know that we only use 15-20% of our brain. Use now AI as the augmented brain. So which adds maybe another...
To do the hard work.
Yeah, to do the hard work, the routines, the things you don't like to do, the repetitive tasks. So which takes a lot of time, a lot of stress that does not add value to work. So
now you can focus on how to grow, how to thrive, and look at long term.
So complementary, collaboration, creativity.
Okay.
Yeah?
That was an insightful discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you for being our mentor today. Thank you, Dean, for dropping by. And that's our episode today. It's clear AI is also a game changer in recruitment. Embracing technology allows us to work more efficiently and effectively and make smarter decisions that drive growth. I'm Mai Rodriguez. See you in the next episode of Pathways to Success, only here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.